You're probably watching this video because you're interested in creating an online course. Maybe you've taken an online course in the past and you had a good experience with it and you thought, hey, I could do that. Well, I was in the same place a few years ago and I decided to create my first online course. It sounded like a great opportunity, and I heard about some people who were selling online courses and being really successful at it, having huge launches that brought in $50 or $100, $1,000 into their business, or even way more than that. And it sounded pretty enticing. So after a lot of thinking and a lot of energy and effort and time spent, I finally created my first online course and I launched it. But unfortunately, not a single person bought. And it was pretty disappointing because I felt like I was doing everything right. I had spent so much time not only making the course, but studying different marketing strategies for how to get it out there. And like I said, I'd put a lot of time into it. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you things that I think you should know before you ever create your first online course, things that I wish I had known before I started selling them. The first thing you should know is just something really practical. You can either sell your course to your own audience, or you can have it for sale in a public marketplace, such as Udemy. But if you have it for sale on your website, then you're going to be responsible for finding all of the customers. As opposed to if it's for sale on a public marketplace, there will already be some people there who will find it and perhaps purchase it. This is also pretty similar to if you were making YouTube videos. You could just put them on your own website and that's the only place that someone could find them, but then you're probably not gonna get very many views. On the other hand, if you put them here on YouTube, there are millions of people already here watching videos, and so people can just stumble across your videos and watch them. And this leads us right into the second thing that I think you should know before you create your first online course. And that is that it can be really tough to sell your online course if you don't already have an audience. Now at first, this might sound almost like it contradicts the last thing I said because I told you that you could put it for sale on a public marketplace and people might buy it. But even though that's true and you can make some sales on the public marketplace, it's going to be difficult to make enough sales to really earn enough money to make it worth your while to create that course if you haven't taken the time and put in the work to build your audience before you create your course. That was one of the biggest mistakes that I made when I made my first online course, was I put all the time and energy into making an awesome, really valuable course, but I didn't know anyone who actually wanted to buy it, and I didn't have a list of those people. I didn't have a following anywhere on social media, and so when I launched, I was launching to no one. There wasn't anyone for me to even tell that my course was available, so no one knew it was available and no one bought it. The third thing that you should know before you create your first online course is that courses sell for drastically different price points, anywhere from about $5 all the way up to about $10,000. People sell courses for those prices and people buy courses for those prices. Now the average price charged for a course is closer to between $10,000 and $2,000, but that's still a huge range. It's not because some courses are really big or really awesome and other courses are really small or really terrible. It actually almost all comes down to marketing, specifically three things: how the course is positioned, how the course is promoted, and whether or not it gets in front of the right audience. So if you already have a big audience full of the people who are the right fit for your course, and you position it as a premium product and you promote it effectively, then you'll be able to charge a high-end price, perhaps a few $1,000s. On the other hand, if you just put your course up for sale on a public marketplace, you're selling to people who don't know who you are, and you're just positioning as a budget-friendly course, then you're only going to be able to sell your course for $5, $10, or $20. And since creating a good course is so much work, I would highly recommend that before you even record the first lesson of it, you really put a lot of thought into how you're going to position it, and you start building your audience early so that you later on are able to charge a premium price for your course and get well paid for the work that you put into creating the program. The next thing I think you should know before you create your online course is that there are two different ways that you can host your course. And basically that means that there are two different ways that you can store the lessons of the course and allow your course students to access them. You can either self-host them, which means that they live on your website and students go to your website and you are managing the software and managing the students. Or you can host it on a full-feature third-party platform that will do a lot of the work for you. If you're self-hosting your course, then most likely you'll do it with a plugin on a WordPress website. The other option is to use a program like Teachable or Kajabi to host your course for you. Now, this can get a little bit confusing because it can seem very similar to the question of whether or not you're selling your course on your website or selling it on a public platform, but this is really a different issue because now we're talking about how your students are actually going to access the materials. So you could sell your course on your website and self-host your course, or you could promote your course on a public marketplace and have your students access it on the marketplace. Or you can do a combination of those things. In my case, at this point, I'm typically promoting my course, selling it on my own website, but then I host a lot of my courses on Teachable, which is a third-party platform. Now this allows me to charge a premium price for my course because I don't have a lot of competition on my own website, of course, but it also means that I get to take advantage of the ease of use that that third-party host offers. The next thing I think you should know has to do with a big misconception that I think a lot of people have. And that is, they think that if they don't have an audience, that's okay because they can just run Facebook ads or they can just run Google ads, and that can be their shortcut to making sales of their course. And this is the reason why I didn't build my audience before I created my course. I thought that I could just advertise it. And you can just advertise, but what I didn't realize was the amount of time and money that it takes to get paid advertising right. It often takes several $1,000s and several months before you're able to start generating sales. That's because if you don't have an audience already, then you are often blindly testing things before you find something that really works. So what that means is that paid advertising is certainly an option, and in some cases it's a really good option. But if you're just starting out and you don't have an audience yet, unless you have a fair amount of money to invest to really build your audience and get that data that you need in order to successfully sell your course, then I'd recommend that you first work on building your audience. The last thing that I want you to know before you create your first online course is that making a living with online courses is not just a pipe dream. When I first started thinking about creating an online course, I was really excited about it. I was hearing all of these success stories, all of these people who were earning a full-time living, earning really good money with online courses, and so I was excited about it. But then after I launched my course and I didn't make any sales, I started to have my doubts. I wondered if people really made money this way, or if maybe it was all just an illusion. I wondered if all of these success stories that I had been hearing were really true, or if maybe people were making them up. But at this point, I can honestly say that it's not a fantasy, it is a reality. Once I took the time to actually build my audience, and we worked on our marketing strategy to create a sales funnel that guided our prospective customers to ultimately buying the course, we were able to start making sales. I've been selling online courses now for about 2 years, and every month we've been able to sell more and more online courses. And I'm really excited about this because not only does it mean that my business's revenue is increasing month after month after month, which is allowing us to scale the business, but it also means that we're being able to reach and help more and more people every month. Every person who buys one of my online courses, they're not just buying a course or a bunch of videos and worksheets. They're buying something that trains them how to get a result that they want in their life. And I just love that I'm able to impact so many more people's lives with online courses than I would be able to if I was working individually with one person at a time. But something that I'm really curious about is whether or not you've already created an online course yourself. If you have, tell me in the comments below what your course is about. And if you haven't, tell me what's holding you back from actually starting creating the course. I really want to know, because creating online courses has had such a huge impact on my business and on my life, and I want to help more people create online courses for themselves. All right, well, that's it for this video. This one definitely went a bit deeper into the online business side of things than a lot of my videos have been going lately, so I'm really interested in your feedback. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future, more videos about creating online courses. I'm always interested in your feedback. Thanks so much for being here with me today. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that red button down below right now so that you are subscribed and you don't miss my next video. That's all for now, but I'll see you guys again next time.